You don't need to go to Niagara Falls when you can eat some Brian balls.
What's going on, NASCAR diecast collectors and diecast viewers on YouTube? This is Original Big Bri here, and welcome, guys, to the return of some NASCAR Authentics diecast reviews. This is for Wave 8, guys. I finally got Wave 8. If you guys saw my latest What's in Store video, and if you guys also saw my latest posts on social media, especially on Instagram, I usually post there a lot. Also on Twitter as well. I got the cars I was looking for Wave 8, so yeah, it took me long enough, but just to let you guys know that I'm still alive and still making diecast reviews, and this will be one of the many diecast reviews I'll be starting for Wave 8, which of course is going to be a throwback. Now, it's not going to be the Ryan Blaney car, since I just recently reviewed that car, so we will not see, I will not review the Ryan Blaney Duracell throwback in this set of reviews, because I reviewed the 124 Elite, so go and check it out. I'll probably provide a link in the playlist if you guys want to check it out. But without further ado, let's go and start the NASCAR Authentics diecast review for Wave 8, and the first one is going to be on Kyle Busch's 2018 Skittles Darlington Throwback Toyota Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing. So you guys know this is another one of my favorite throwbacks. Probably, I mean, right there up with Ryan Blaney's, but I don't know. I mean, I have said that this is my favorite throwback for this year, but there are just so many that I like. But this one clearly is one of my favorites. The classic rainbow Skittles car. Finally, they made this car, and they actually got it on the racetrack. I mean, heck, we'll talk about more of this car very soon. But you guys can take a look right there. This is going to be a pretty hot seller for the for Kyle Busch, because I remember that when I picked this up, it was the only car I got from Wave 8 when I went to my first trip at Walmart, and this is the only Wave 8 car that they had, along with the Auto Trader Keselowski car, which they did not show on this picture. But here's the back. They do not have on this picture the liquid color Auto Trader card, but that is also in this set, so I do find that pretty odd. But I guess they wanted to be, you know, very secretive, like the Dale Jr. car from the last wave. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start the unboxing, and let's take a closer look at the Kyle Busch Skittles throwback. Alrighty, guys, we got the diecast out of its box, and before we get things started on my usual NASCAR Authentics diecast reviews, let's take a look at the little accessory that comes with this, and it is the return of the plastic hood. As you see right there, it's all nice and bright and beautiful. The classic Skittles logo. More importantly, the classic Skittles car has finally made a return. I am so happy that they did this. I mean, like I just said, if you guys saw my diecast news episode about this car for Wave 8, when they announced the Skittles sponsorship, I got back in like 2015. It was just only a matter of time that they were going to have this car in the throwback. They were going to have this scheme in one of the throwback races, you know, whichever year. Easily beats the 2016 scheme by a long shot. I mean, heck, this car is just amazing. But here's a little magnet. Well, I keep saying magnets. I mean, heck, I keep thinking winter circles when I see these cars, but it's the plastic hood. Man, lying out. You gotta put magnets on these plastic hoods, because it's really throwing me off. Even though I've reviewed like a good handful of these already, but it's always good to see me screw up. But anyways, guys, that is a really cool looking plastic hood that we got, and that's pretty odd. We actually got a Toyota sponsorship logo on the back of this, so I guess Toyota found a way to get some more sponsorship. Definitely not suspicious at all, or ironic, but pretty cool that we got that. So I guess it's pretty appropriate of me to show the back. So I guess the back side of that is actually kind of important. Well, who really says that, am I right? But back to this diecast, man. Oh my god, this easily is my favorite throwback for this year. I mean, everyone's gonna say, well, you don't like the other rainbow car, well, William Byron's Rainbow Warrior car. I do love that car, but man, it's just so cool to see something different. I mean, we always see the Rainbow Warrior car, and we really see this Skittles car a lot, and especially since the Rainbow Warrior car was recently, you know, ran with Jeff Gordon's last year at the Bristol Night Race, which ironically did not drove that at the Southern 500 Darlington race. Fun fact. So it was cool to actually see that car on TV at the appropriate race. But I easily love this car a lot more. I mean, you guys can judge me all you want, but I really love this car. I remember this car when I was like very little. I mean, heck, I got into NASCAR like in like early 2000, but I do remember seeing this car when they showed replays of this car, and I remember actually seeing this car, you know, at the retailers with I think it was Racing Champions or Hot Wheels, I believe. Yeah, Hot Wheels made diecast back then. Speaking of the devil, that might be a car I might compare very soon. But as you guys don't know already, if you guys don't know the worst kept secret, this was a Don's throwback to Ernie Irvin's iconic Skittles Pontiac Grand Prix car that's, he's most notoriously known for driving. I mean, I know he drove, some other cars like the famous 28 Texaco Havoline car, but he is mostly remembered for this paint scheme, and it was really cool when they did the reveal that they actually got Ernie Irvin. So cool to see that he's still around and, still, well, at least, thank God he's alive, so he was able to see this car in person. And the reveal, I have to admit, the reveal was probably one of the best reveals that I've seen for the throwbacks. A lot of effort put into that, so got to give props to all those boys at Joe Gibbs Racing, and of course Skittles for being such a cool sponsor to bring this car back to life. And it just looks amazing, man. I mean, this year has already been a better year than last year's. I think last year's was definitely a downgrade for the throwbacks, probably the worst year that we have for the Don's throwbacks. This year definitely a big improvement, and this is one of the paint schemes I absolutely love. Just overall, just amazing, man. But now let's go ahead and start the diecast comparison of the original car, and we'll be doing another comparison of the other Kyle Busch throwback from 2016. But here is the original Skittles car, so I can show you guys the side-by-side accurate details. Well, this is a Hot Wheels car that I actually picked up like a few years ago, because I think I got this at like a flea market or something, because man, I just love this car. And the plastic hood does not want to stay in properly, but I'm going to actually zoom out a little bit so you guys can see a better look of this car, as much as I love this. But it's time to do the comparison. So you guys see right there, I mean, of course, the paint scheme wise, literally they just they literally copied it. And notice how it's talked about the classic Skittles logo. They replicated that down right there, even right where the rainbow is. I mean, I know the Hot Wheels cars weren't really the best quality, but if you just see how accurate this car is, it's just amazing. I mean, look at that. They got the placement of the rainbow right. It's just so accurate, and just, man, I love it when I mean, look, like even down right where this where the red cuts off, they got it right there too. I mean, that's some great detail and great accuracy as well. I mean, if you're gonna, that's the only way to do a throwback. You got to make it accurate as heck. Well, you can see a little bit of the red right there where the blue didn't cover up, but oh well. This car is mostly red anyways, but just amazing. I mean, I think the Lionel one is a better quality than the Hot Wheels car that I have. But as you guys take a look, I mean, it looks like the blue's a little bit darker, but that's just the different types of paint that both Hot Wheels that they used back then. I think this is a 1998 car, if I'm not mistaken. So I guess that's what that car is based off on. And as you guys take a look at the back, I mean, besides the red back, that's no sponsorship, of course. The Hot Wheels cars usually used to have that when Mattel first made these cars. But there's the other side, if you guys are curious to see that. Would have been cool if Kyle Busch changed his number to 36 for this one race, like he did that one time at the All-Star race, 2015, I believe, when it was like the 81st, or it was like an anniversary special, and he changed his number. Man, that would have been really cool if he changed his number to 36. But of course, it would be odd seeing not the 18 car in the Southern 500, so of course they got to put on here. But overall, guys, I gotta admit, this is a really cool throwback. And speaking of, this is a jam-packed episode, guys, because we're actually going to look at another a double comparison for you guys, and it's actually going to be on his previous throwback, his only other throwback that he ran, which was in 2016, which is also for NASCAR Authentics. So, I mean, both of these cars look amazing. You guys know this is a Dale Jarrett, this is Dale Jarrett's Interstate Batteries car that he represented from a few years ago. So, pretty cool. As you guys see right there, of course, this is the old Toyota logo that we got, but I mean, it's not really the best comparison, but you guys can see that just when it comes to Kyle Busch, and when they finally have a throwback that they can actually do, they really know how to nail it. I mean, two good throwbacks so far for Kyle Busch. I mean, it's just a shame that he never ran a throwback in the inaugural one, and also in the 2017, because man, just after the effort that they put in 2016, and then they went back and did this Ernie Irvin tribute for for this year's Southern 500. I mean, just amazing, man. And I gotta admit, I mean, even if you're not a big Kyle Busch fan, I still recommend getting this car, man. It is a unique car. It is a lot more better, and I think a lot more superior than the original Skittles car, which, I mean, I still love that paint scheme, don't get me wrong, but just, it's starting to get a little old for me. So this was, you know, really refreshing to see this car in the new Gen 6 bodies. So it just looks so nice. I mean, there are some paint schemes that, you know, were made for, you know, the classic Gen 4 cars, but this car perfectly goes well with the Gen 6 car. But I think Kyle Busch actually ran pretty well at this race, if I'm not mistaken. He didn't win the race, of course, but you know, pretty obvious for a Toyota, you know, running well at the Southern 500. Well, can't say for this year, though. But, yeah, that's all I got to say about Kyle Busch's 2018 Skittles Darns Throwback for Joe Gibbs Racing. If you guys enjoyed this video, along with other NASCAR Authentics diecast reviews, then feel free to slap that subscribe button, and also make sure to comment and like and do whatever you can to support this series as I will continue making more videos. I got a lot of more videos to review for Wave 8 and some other Wave reviews. Stay tuned for that very shortly. But until then, guys, this is Original Big Bro. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in another NASCAR Authentics Wave 8 review.